Colonel Marcus Hale stood tall in his dress blues, the weight of his Purple Heart and Bronze Star pressing against his chest like old battle scars. 25 years in the army, pulling shrapnel from his leg to drag 3 comrades from a blazing Humvee in Iraq. He'd faced death, but nothing prepared him for this. His daughter's new mother-in-law, Victoria Langford, leaning in close amid the glittering reception hall, her voice a velvet blade. "Your service is admirable, Marcus, but it makes some guests uneasy. Perhaps it's best if you slip away quietly." The ocean breeze whispered through the open terrace doors, carrying the faint crash of waves, but inside the air thickened with tension. Then came the real strike. His own daughter, Emily, his flesh and blood, turning to him before a sea of 150 eyes, her wedding gown shimmering like a cruel illusion. "Dad, we needed your check, not you. Please, just go." The girl he'd raised alone after the divorce, the one who'd once worn his dog tags like a badge of pride, now severing their bond to appease her shiny new world. What they didn't know? Marcus didn't just write checks. He held the strings to empires, and with one tug, he'd unravel theirs. Hit that subscribe. Stories like this drop every week. But what unfolded next? It'll leave you breathless. 3 months back, Emily's call shattered the quiet of his Virginia office. "Dad, the Langfords pulled their funding. The wedding's crumbling." His only child, the ambitious PR specialist who'd grown distant since her mom left 8 years ago. Marcus didn't flinch. "How much?" 95 grand. "I know it's huge," but her voice cracked with desperation, and he wired it the day, the confirmation ping echoing like a promise redeemed. Or so he believed. The first crack appeared at the rehearsal dinner. Victoria Langford glided toward him at the bar, her silver bob flawless, her gown screaming old money. Marcus, right? Something in security? Defense consulting. Hale Strategic Solutions. Her lips curved, but her eyes scanned the room like a predator. And the military stint? Army, was it? 25 years. She tilted her head, champagne flute glinting. "Fascinating, but let's keep the war tales light tomorrow. The Langfords prefer elegance." Marcus swirled his bourbon, the ice clinking softly against the glass. "Elegance and duty aren't enemies, ma'am." Her chuckle rang hollow, like shattering crystal. "Of course, just mind the vibe, for Emily's sake." He felt the jab, but swallowed it down. By wedding morning, the second warning hit. Emily tugged him aside in the sunlit foyer, her veil catching the light like fragile hope. "Dad, about your toast." "What?" "Mrs. Langford suggests skipping it. Let Alexander's dad handle things." Alexander, her groom, a silver spoon heir who'd never known a real grind. "Emily, I'm your father." "I know, but they're covering the honeymoon, the house deposit." "It's messy." Her eyes pleaded, and Marcus saw the trap closing, but love blinded him to the exit. The ceremony unfolded like a dream at the Chesapeake Bay Club. Crashing waves beyond the windows, black tie guests murmuring in awe. Marcus's medals gleamed under the chandeliers, drawing stares, not admiration, but odd curiosity, as if he were a relic on display. Yet when Emily floated down the aisle, radiant in white, her smile locked on him from the altar, the world righted itself. Reception kicked off on the terrace, shrimp towers glistening, top-shelf liquor flowing freely. Marcus navigated chit-chat, fielding questions about deployments and deals with polite nods. Then Victoria circled back, her Dom Perignon bubbling like unspoken venom. Your work involves arms. We guide firms through Pentagon bids. Her face tightened, a flicker of disdain. And combat? Iraq, twice. Yes. The word violence dripped from her lips like poison. All that brutality. It lingers, doesn't it? Marcus met her gaze, steady as a sniper's aim. Brutality ends wars, ma'am. I left it behind. But her glance toward Emily, laughing with Alexander, said otherwise. Standing amid the opulence, Marcus felt the stakes sharpen. This wasn't cash. 95 grand was pocket change against his firm's 30 million haul. No, this was legacy. Enlisting at 18 from rural Virginia, climbing ranks through hellfire, saving lives amid explosions that still echoed in his dreams. Post-retirement, he'd forged Hale's strategic solutions from grit, linking vets to contracts that saved lives on the front lines. Veterans from his old units sat scattered among the tables, a one-legged staff sergeant, a Gulf vet commander, a fresh Marine. If he let the Langfords paint service as shame, what betrayal to them? But Emily, the kid who danced on his boots, who'd beamed at his hero tales, a scene could shatter her forever. The Langfords' web of influence could seal him out. Silence meant gutting his honor. The Bronze Star burned against his skin. Battles demanded timing. He just needed his. Dinner arrived at 7:30. Succulent prime rib, buttery lobster, plates worth a week's wages. At the head table, Reginald Langford, Victoria's husband, boasted of yachts and fairways. His struggles, laughable. Marcus' security gig? Like PI work? Defense consulting, military bids. Reginald sliced his steak with precision. Quite the shift from army grunt days. Victoria leaned in, eyes gleaming. What principles carry over? Marcus sensed the ambush, integrity, mission above self. Her tone iced over. Admirable, but civilian life demands nuance. Reading rooms, knowing when bluntness offends. The table froze, silverware hovering. Reginald nodded. It's all perception now. Marcus laid down his fork. And what perception are you shaping? That service lacks class? Victoria's smile strained. Some histories fit polite circles better. Polite circles bankrolled by those who've seen the impolite, so you stay safe. Silence swallowed the table, eyes darting like cornered prey. Reginald coughed. Marcus, I believe Victoria means, I speak plainly, she snapped. Certain pasts carry baggage, aggression, scars. You mean trauma? Yes, things that unsettle refined company. There, the core rot, wrapped in silk. Marcus's pulse thrummed, but his voice stayed level. Refined like inherited wealth over earned grit? Her cheeks flushed. Reginald rose. Enough. Sit, Marcus commanded, authority echoing from decades of leading troops. Reginald obeyed. Sophistication. Try leeching 95 grand from someone you scorn. Victoria waved off a waiter. We took nothing. Emily chose us. Our ways. Ways that swallow cash from beneath you. No one breathed. Victoria stood. This ends now. Not yet. Not till you admit your status floats on my unsophisticated blood. She stormed off, heels clicking like gunfire. Reginald hovered, then sank. Tension rippled outward, guests whispering as forks scraped plates. Victoria returned 15 minutes later, poised as ever. But the air had shifted, the staff sharper, eyes watchful. The head waiter, ramrod straight, approached. Colonel Hale, all to your liking. Superb, Gunny. His grin flashed. You spotted it? 22 years, Marines. Carry on. Victoria frowned. How'd he know your rank? Respect recognizes its own. Reginald squirmed. Fine staff here. We've been members forever. They didn't know Marcus had history here. 3 years prior, the club teetered on ruin. His firm injected $500,000 yearly, revamping it all. Power whispered best in shadows. Music swelled for dances. First, Emily and Alexander. Next, father-daughter, but Emily neared, hesitant. Dad, about our dance. Dread coiled in his gut. What? Mr. Langford wants a group thing. All parents. More inclusive. Victoria beamed. Lovely idea, Marcus nodded. Your call. Relief washed her face as she left. He stepped outside, ocean salt stinging his eyes, waves roaring eternal truth. A young guard approached, stance crisp. Colonel Hale? Sergeant Reyes, ex-Marine. Honor securing your event. Security? 5 vets, sir, for big crowds. Marcus nodded. Word travels in our circles. Your firm hires us, gives purpose. VIP protocols for sponsors like you. The pieces aligned. His leverage, unseen. Back inside, the group dance mocked him. Langford's center stage. Emily orbiting like a satellite. Photos framed them perfectly. Marcus edged out. Reginald toasted traditions. Victoria gushed over Emily's new chapter. Emily thanked all, except him. Whispers spread. No father toast. Victoria cornered him at the bar. Bourbon burning his throat. Marcus, your vibe's off. Aggressive. The bartender, another vet, paused mid-wipe. Aggressive? Guests feel it. Names. She faltered. The mood overall. Mood from a dad at his girl's wedding, from someone resenting changes for the greater good. Greater good? Like Emily's new family. The barb landed. Yes, her old one's outdated. Ears perked nearby. Outdated? Appropriate people only? People with shared refinement. Not me, with my violent past. The bar hushed. Trauma doesn't mix in civil settings. 20 witnesses froze. Emily watched from afar, horror dawning. This is on you, Victoria hissed. Upsetting her. Marcus's restraint cracked. If I lacked control, this ends badly. Her eyes widened. Threat? Fact. Emily rushed over, trembling. Dad, what's happening? Ask her. Victoria, he's resisting change. Emily's face blanked, then hardened. Dad, maybe leave. You're embarrassing us. Silence blanketed the hall. My wedding, don't ruin it. Ruin? It's about respect. Your ego. Ego? I funded this. Using money to control. Victoria smirked. Your cash was welcome. You? Not. The blow tore through him. Leave Dad. 10 heartbeats of stares. Then Marcus smiled. Cold. Unyielding. Right you are. He dialed swiftly. This is Colonel Hale. At the club. Emily frowned. Who? Manager. Elena Voss arrived. Portfolio in hand. Colonel? Time for truth. Emily. What truth? My tie to this place. Documents flipped open. Hale's $500,000 sponsorship. Emily paled. What? 30% of their budget, Reginald. Exaggeration. Voss tapped her tablet. Operating costs. 1.66 million. Hale's the anchor. Murmurs swelled. More. Veteran hires. Security. Marcus named the guards. Each snapped to attention. 237 vets employed through my network, Reginald. But tonight, Everything ties to me. Voss. Contracts cancel on withdrawal. Marcus seized the mic. Folks, I'm Colonel Marcus Hale, Emily's dad, this club's savior. Gasps. But tonight I learned service shames the elite. So I'm out. Sponsorship gone. Services pulled. Emily. Dad. You asked me to leave. Taking my support too. Guards mobilized. Efficient as a unit. Victoria. Absurd. Honoring your wish. Reginald. Misunderstanding. Over disdain for heroes. Emily clutched him. Overreacting. No, you chose them. The room buzzed, flashes popping. This, built by Vets for Vets? You called it embarrassing. Victoria stammered. Not what I... Exactly. To Voss. Midnight cutoff. He addressed all. Enjoy. The last grand bash here. Chaos erupted as he exited. Guards flanking. Ocean air cleared his mind. Sergeant Reyes. Sir, withdrawal complete. Document it. For the Vet Network. Roger. Text from Emily. Come back. Patricia apologized. Jobs at risk. Marcus replied, choices cost. You picked status over loyalty. Unfair. Fair. Defending me was fair. Silence then. What do you want? Grasp consequences. Respects no trade. No reply. Sunday, Military Gazette dropped the story. Circulation exploding among vets. Calls poured in. Support, contract pulls. By Monday, Voss begged reinstatement. Crisis. Cancellations mounting. Your mess. Reginald called. Amends. Too late? Vet meeting Wednesday. Unanimous boycott. Thursday, Emily at his door. I get it now, what I lost. Tears streaked her face. Wanted their approval. Sacrificed you. Principles first. I know. Earn back your trust? He gazed harborward. Daily demo. Loyalty. No shame in service. Agreed. Some scars heal stronger. Then we rebuild. But honor first. Yes, sir. The salute in her voice mended what words couldn't.